Our resident FIU grad, Alejandro Solana, is feeling himself today, Crowder, because Pitbull and FIU made an announcement this morning that the last I remember it being called was Ricardo Silva Stadium, and I don't even think it's been called that for several years. But FIU football will now play at Pitbull Stadium.
That's a flex. I'll admit it. I was laughing yesterday, but that is a flex on both sides, FIU and Pitbull. Like, Pitbull has a stadium named after him. That's pretty cool.
As I read the details and think about it, it's kind of surprising that there's not more celebrities who flex with stadium naming rights. You know what I mean? Like there are celebrities who have so much money and they'll use it to promote businesses or investments. I'm talking about flat out just putting your name on a stadium or a bowl game. Didn't Jimmy Kimmel, didn't he do a bowl game? Wasn't there a Jimmy Kimmel Bowl where he just plastered his name on a bowl game? Like I'm surprised. It's in line with Pitbull and it's Miami. It fits. Like I think we'll see more of it. I think he's blazing a trail here.
I know, but Hawk, you say they have money, but you're talking about like SoFi and like
I'm
Coca-Cola,
talking about the
like
FIU. No, I'm talking about FIU stadiums. I'm not talking about the $30 million a year naming rights deal.
I'm gonna say because there's money, but then there's rich and then there's wealth.
Correct.
Stephen Ross is wealthy. Pitbull's rich.
Now, which college football team in Florida has the best stadium name? I have made a list. Went through it today. UM, of course, is Hard Rock Stadium. That's badass. We've established before Hard Rock, that's a great brand. It connotes, hard and party. And I love Hard Rock Stadium.
It's a shared venue.
FIU, I'm just talking about the name, Daddy. FIU has Pitbull Stadium.
That's hard.
UF has, what is this? Ben Hill Griffin Stadium.
Ooh, I done been to the Hill, Griffin.
Huh? What's his last CD? This Ben Hill Griffin. What did I miss? What's his latest hit?
I wish I could rattle off what he did. I'm sure it's important, but I don't even know.
Thanks, Ben Hill Griffin.
Dolly likes him. I like him.
FSU, Doak Campbell Stadium. UCF plays at FBC Mortgage Stadium.
Lame.
That's lame.
FAU plays at Howard Schnellenberger Field at FAU Stadium. And USF plays at Raymond James, which is also a shared stadium. So which college football team in the state of Florida has the best stadium name? Hard Rock Stadium, Pitbull Stadium, Ben Hill Griffin, Doak Campbell, FBC Mortgage, FAU Stadium, or Raymond James Stadium?
On the surface level, just the best name if you say you're going to play blank. It's the Canes. Hard Rock is a worldwide known name.
Exactly. And it was nice. I think what Pitbull did today was cute, and I think FIU fans and alumni should certainly celebrate, but it does not top Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, but the Canes, truthfully, if we're being honest, and you're right, Hard Rock Stadium carries the most cachet. It's the coolest stadium name, maybe in all of sports. I'm not even lying. But the Canes should be disqualified from this competition because we should only allow people to be in the running for best stadium name if they actually have a stadium on their campus. Let's be 100% honest here. I mean, this isn't even the Canes Stadium. The Canes are leasing it from an NFL team. They have to drive an hour north just to get to that stadium. You want to talk about cutesy? Yeah. Hey, how about you build a stadium in Coral Gables? Figure it out already.
Okay. If we're doing the who has the nicest car competition, and I know a friend with a Lamborghini and I borrow his Lamborghini, do I have the nicest car or am I borrowing a friend's car?
You're borrowing a friend's car.
Yeah, wait a second. Wait a second.
I'm kind of with Solana.
Wait a second. Have you seen FIU Stadium? Have you seen Pitbull Stadium? Listen, if you have a gem of an on-campus stadium and you want to flex a little bit because the other campus doesn't, go ahead. This guy's got a high school gymnasium. I mean, what are we doing here?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
How many cans of paint did it take to put Pitbull Stadium up on there? Like a can and a half at Benjamin Moore? The place is tiny. We're not talking about 100,000 seat venue.
They painted by hand. They don't even need a roller.
They didn't even have to get like one of those bucket things. It just a couple of guys out there.
Prestige. If you're talking about prestige, one of the top 3 stadiums in the nation with attendance, always sold out.
No, we're not talking about this at all. We're not talking about this at all.
Like,
we're talking about names of stadiums. We're talking about names of stadiums, and Solana came up with some cockamamie parameter as to a way to kneecap Hard Rock Stadium out of this competition. And I'm giving mad love to Pitbull Stadium. I think it's the second best stadium name for any college in the state of Florida. Jimmy, by the way, is pointing out St. Thomas University, his alma mater, Auto Nation Field. And it's stress on field because it's a field. There's no stadium. It's a field. And God bless you, Jimmy. You're in the conversation.
Bring your fold-out chairs.
No, it's just funny, though, Crowder. You know, you have Hawk here calling it a high school gymnasium. Then he wants to say he's giving Pitbull mad props. It doesn't sound like you are. But, hey, you know, I don't know if you've been to a lot of Canes games recently. I don't think you guys could sell out a high school gymnasium with the way you guys have been playing the last couple of years. I'm just being honest here.
I'm sorry. Did Pitbull also buy you several wins or something? Did he buy neuralizers so you have forgotten what your football program has done? What exactly? Where exactly? Listen, you should be thrilled that you got a Miami legend, an international star, to take pity on your football program and give you some money. Like, I mean, that's all he did. You think Pitbull needs this? Pitbull needs this like I need a chocolate teapot.
The only win Pitbull invested in is the one that happened on November 23rd of 2019, where FIU in the city of Miami, not Coral Gables, in the city of Miami, beat the Miami Hurricanes, and your long-running losing streak to Conference USA continues. Don't take it out on me, all right?
2019, yesterday was telling us about Devin Booker and the potential to draft him in 2015. I don't know what's going on with Pops here, but he's living in the past. He's got to get into the current. I will tell you this. I had dinner. Lori and I went out last weekend with a British couple, and he used this term. He was talking about his father-in-law, and he said the guy's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. But of course, he says it in the British accent, and I was like, I am using that. That's that connotes uselessness. Yeah. Pitbull took mercy on a football program in Florida. God bless him for doing so, and it certainly gives him a flex, like Crowder said at the beginning. But he doesn't need this. He's not going to sell more albums because of it. He's not going to sign more people to his label because of it. I mean, he took mercy on a football program that's probably not even worthy of his largesse. You should be thrilled, but you should be humble. Okay? Thrilled, yet humble.
Let me just, Ben Hill Griffin, businessman, citrus producer, made billions of dollars off citrus, politician and philanthropist, gives back to the community, a native and resident of Florida, alumnus of University of Florida. He's a former legislator, one-time candidate for governor, a patron of college sports and higher learning education in the state of Florida, loves the kids. Several of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren are Florida politicians, and the Griffin subject is the final chapter of John McAfee's work of creative nonfiction Oranges, the book that was a multi-million-dollar book.
Yeah, nobody gives a crap. It's so far down on the list of stadium names and guys. I mean, you wouldn't know him if he was lowered down from my ceiling as if it was some sort of halftime show. Yet it was my bedroom. I would not recognize Ben Hill Griffin. His last name might be Stadium. His actual name might be Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. I wouldn't know.
If they lowered him down from anywhere, we would all be surprised because he died in 1990.
Fair enough.
If he walks up to you and talks to you, bro, please give me a call.
Gotcha. All right. Fair enough.
You know, it's always fun before going to a college football game, having to get in one of those stupid little buses UM drives 55 minutes to get up to Miami Gardens. Could you imagine?
Let me ask you, that's a great point by you. How many UM football games have you been to in the last 5 years?
Quite a few.
How many FIU football games have you been to in the last 5 years?
The problem is the schedule doesn't work out for me.
Saturdays?
It's because they're always playing on Monday afternoons.
Saturdays are tough.
They play Monday afternoon.
We did have quite a few Wednesday night games last year, which I was not fond of.
Solana, put it this way. You guys can get new equipment now.
There you go, Jimmy. Tell him what it is. Nailed it.
Pitt's going to buy y'all new equipment?
I mean, now they've got some money to play with.
Student section can be called the Pit.
I think it's great.
Endless opportunities here. Mike Biamonte, who was actually the moderator today when they introduced Pitbull, did a fantastic job. He said, hey, maybe now my first down calls, because he's the voice of FIU football as well. You know, we only get the big dogs at FIU. He said, after I yell first down, I might have to yell, Dale. I mean, the vibes.
Absolutely. There's a million things. I think it's a great flex. I really do. I think it's cool, but I think you should be a little humble about it because it's still the FIU football program. I mean, if the biggest thing that you can flex on is the name of your stadium, perhaps a little more humble.
What are you flexing on? The fact that your team can't even kneel
How many
the ball
national
when they have the
championships?
game won?
How many national championships you have?
Oh, talk about living in the past.
Listen, you asked me what I have to flex on. You asked me what I have to flex on. UM is one of the premier football programs in the nation, in the history of college football. Your biggest flex is beating us because we're so good, and you did it 5 years ago.
Crowder, Hawk was younger than I am right now the last time the Canes won a national title. I mean, you guys left to the ACC. Oh, we're going to run the ACC with FSU. You get a one literally game. You got run off the field, you bums.
There's literally no one on planet Earth that was alive when FIU won a national championship. There's also no one buried on planet Earth that was alive when FIU won a national championship. Do you know why, Solana?
They never won one. That's fine. That's fine.
You and Jimmy have a lot of college football commonalities.
Oh, okay.
Crowder and I have a lot of college football commonalities. I have to tell you, I'm glad Pitbull painted his name on your stadium. You're at the kids' table at Thanksgiving.
Chicken tenders.
Allow the big fellas to eat some turkey and gravy. We got you guys some cute chicken tender.
Yeah, at least I can just walk to my stadium right from Panther Hall. You know, at least I can just
walk
walk right over.
This is a 3-game deal. How long is it, Solana? Because you know the good ones.
6
How long?
years.
This is actually
5 years.
5 years.
5 years, $6 million.
I actually believe this deal ends up costing him album sales.
Well, he plays in front of 760 people.
Did you see the armed services are suing The Rock and the UFL? They entered a sponsorship agreement with the UFL this season 1, and it was a long-term agreement. To advertise military signups and whatever. It was an $11 million deal. They're suing them because based on their calculations, I'm not even joking. This sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm skit. Based on the Army's calculations, their sponsorship with the UFL cost them 38 recruits. I don't know how they came up with that. Do you see the lawsuit, Solana? I'm not making it up. They filed lawsuit and literally said it cost I don't know how they figured this out, said that their sponsorship deal with The Rock and the UFL cost them 38 recruits, which is unbelievable for $12 million, whatever.
They were signed up, saw it on the UFL, and was
guess.
like, nah, Jack, I ain't going to hang with them. It's not going to work. I've been saying this for years. I hate to be the hater. Come on, Rock. I love you to death.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about Pitbull Stadium today. I really am excited about it. I think it is a cool name. It certainly vaults. I would imagine I'd have to go through all the college football stadium names. Has to be top 5 in all of college football, I would imagine, right? Because there can't be much cooler than that. Like, it's not a corporation. It's not a, you know what I mean? Like, usually they're legendary figures like Doak Campbell or Ben Hill, and nobody cares anymore.
But even for people that just randomly see it, that don't know who Pitbull the singer is, the
right,
performer,
still a Pitbull.
The word Pitbull mean like you going down to Pitbull Stadium? Like it seems like a scary place to play. That's why I was saying surface level, it seems amazing. You see Pitbull, he's 5'1". I don't know what position he plays.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Not today. I'm not allowing the Pitbull slander today. Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide made his mark. Historic day for South Florida. Historic day for Miami. Don't do that today.
All right. I'll give you that one.
He's going to sue FIU 12 months.
Solana has not paid attention to FIU football since he was there. I would say ever. And now and I would say Solana has no idea any song that Pitbull sings other than 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. Thanks, Pitt.
Solana, best player on FIU right now.
Patterson. And they talked about it today. I sat right behind.
First name.
I have no idea.
Patterson.
But our quarterback.
Jefferson.
Probably Johnson.
Smith his hell off that edge.
No, I do know our quarterback, Keon Jenkins. I sat behind him today as well.
Always default to Will Carroll talk. That's what anybody asks me anything about FIU, I tell you, remember Will Carroll? Will Carroll used to sling that pill, man. Like, just kind of give him the okie doke and try to move on, because you have no idea what's going on with the current team.
Patterson.
I want to sign an NIL deal with Patterson. Let's do quick headlines, because Mike Cunha is going to join us. I want to talk some Dolphins with him. We can talk Pitbull as well, but I want to get through these so we have enough time with Mike. So quick look at headlines with FIU great Alejandro Solana.
Driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford, we know trucks. What an awful segment and showing by me there, because I was rubbing I sat next to Coach Mack. I'm rubbing elbows with, everybody there wearing suits.
How come you didn't wear FIU gear? You're wearing a Dolphins shirt.
Well, I don't have an FIU polo, unfortunately.
You don't have a single FIU piece of clothing, do you?
Should have asked Pitbull to buy you one.
No, I rep my university, man. Don't do that. I rep my university.
Pause up.
Yeah.
Pause up, Papa. Was Billy Gill there?
No, he wasn't. Guess
who the number one alumni is now, baby.
Only real committed FIU alumni were there today. There was no like Cunha, Wilmette. I guess everybody's at Dolphins camp. It makes sense.
It was the first day of joint practice. It wasn't the greatest day, in my opinion, to make the announcement, because it was the first day of joint practices with the Falcons, and a fight broke out, which is why everyone was there.
Ooh, this is a friendly Tuesday, huh? You know why nobody was there? Because FIU and Pitbull were having a partnership. Come on, man. Joint practice.
So disrespectful from a guy whose college football team is going to win 3 games this season. Truly. Just so disrespectful. Crowder, I don't think Florida will win an SEC championship ever again.
Don't get upset that the highlight of your college football career, your year is going to be Pitbull's name on the stadium.
Yeah, why are you getting hot today? Why aren't you just in a good mood today?
I'm not hot. Well, first of all, you called the building a gymnasium, which already, I mean.
I'm sorry. It's very reminiscent of Ohio State when you pull up to Pitbull Stadium. It's kind of got that same allure as Vatek. You know, when Patterson takes the field and enters, and man is playing.
Dean Patterson, by the way, 6'2", 202. Just look it up.
Patterson.
Listen, it's not the biggest stadium. It's an adequate college football stadium.
We're on your side. I don't know what you're doing.
I would argue FIU has a better chance of getting into the college football playoff over the next 20 years than the University of Florida does. That's my take, ladies and gentlemen. FIU has a better chance at getting into the college football playoff than the Florida Gators do over the next 20 years.
Solana, come on now. You're going to bring your 20,000 fans up there?
20,000?
Fill a quarter of our stadium when we play?
Listen, go ahead. Real quick, look at the headlines. I got to get to my Cunha. Real quick. Just bullet points.
Yeah, there was a fight today at Miami Dolphins camp. Team USA basketball plays at 3 p.m., right, Jimmy? Do I have that right?
3:30.
3:30. And
let's put some money on that.
Yeah, the Marlins, they play again tonight as well. Those are your real quick headlines.
All right. That's all we needed because Mike Cunha is going to join us.
Oh, the stadium's removable. I'm looking at pictures.
They bring it in like a bounce house?
They can roll the bleachers out, roll them back in.
It's like a guy with the bounce house comes on the weekend party.
$250 for the big one, $200 for the little one.
I've got the stadium and a snow cone machine.
Get this little baby. Hey, stadium. You get the stadium. Hey, get your big man.
Mario Cristobal has had more success with FIU than he will ever have with the University of Miami. Those are just facts.
Oh, goodness. Hey, buddy. Okay, you got the big screen. I got that big screen.
Today's game will be delayed by 30 minutes. The stadium is caught in traffic.
Come on, man. Get this little bit. Can they fit his whole name on it? PB Stadium. Can he get all the letters?
An adequate stadium, man.
It's a great day. I don't know why you're doing this.
If the quarterback misses high, the ball's going in the parking lot.
Your weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE, youraccidentattorneys.com. Hot in South Florida. That's your weather.
All right. We're going to continue celebrating all day long. Mike Cunha from CBS 4. He joins us next.